Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Conan the Barbarian, issue number 15. I didn't read the previous issue, so I have no idea how they exactly got to here, but they're here, so they must have gotten here at some point or another. Or at least that's what I'd like to think, because some really weird stuff happens a little bit later in this otherwise really freaking spectacular book. We'll talk about all that stuff after we talk about who actually made the book. Also, wearing pink, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Check your boobies, or have a friend who will. Anyway, guys, let's talk about Conan, all right? So this is Into the Crucible, Part 3, Traps and Tricks. Jim Zub is the writer, Rogue Antonio is the artist, Israel Silva, colors, VC's Travis Lanham, letters, E.M. Gist does the cover, and Scan does the variant cover. Weren't there always two A's for Scan? Anyway, so a whole bunch of cool things here. Anthony Gambino, production design, additional logos by Jay Bowen. Look, I actually wasn't in a great mood to read this book because I'm just like, do I feel like reading one of these? Maybe. Let me see. And I see all the Conan Properties International. I see like Treasure of Tranicos. I see Royal Librarian of Aquilonia, the Commander of the Black Dragons, the Frost Giant's son-in-law, as opposed to the Frost Giant's daughter. Dude, like these are some really great names. So that actually put me in a happy mood to read the book. Robert E. Howard, by the way, created Conan. Okay, so this is basically like the Kalima, the second Indiana Jones movie. At least as far as the chanting is concerned, the sacrifices and stuff like that, which is weird, but it's okay because it actually strangely worked for this issue. The first moment that you see Conan, he looks like he's a little kid, so that confused me also. Like, was he brought down to kid form? What's going on? But I realized later on, it's just a whatever, a trick of the light or something like that. Like I said, I wasn't really in the mood to read this book, but the book itself, the writing and the art really brought me into the mood, which is cool, because it's not too often a book can do that. We get a really good Conan issue where there's a murder and somebody gets accused, and it's actually Conan who gets accused, and he's not sure who did it, but he knows that he didn't. So he gets into a fight with some girl and beats her up, and then later on they wind up getting the Nook on. It may sound really droll and mundane, but read it. I think you'll get it. I think you'll see that this is actually a really fun book, all in all, from beginning to end. There's a moment in here where you recognize the difference between a person who just likes Conan and a person who plays probably way too much Dungeons and Dragons. No, seriously, Zub probably needs to seek a therapist or at least have an intervention. That being said, he sets up a great little trap that he kind of disses in here. He's just like, oh, it's such a simple trap or whatever. A simple trap, my ass. It was actually kind of cool. I like it. I'm already thinking what the other things would have been there. Look at the comic book and see what the other traps would have actually been as far as the elements are concerned. The water was the easiest freaking one to figure out for the most part, right? And you look at it like Rogue, actually, I hope I'm saying the artist's name right. But Antonio actually did a really great job here because simple little things that could have changed everything. The pit actually goes straight down. So there's just water there. It's not like it's mixing with other stuff. So that was actually kind of cool. Again, it seems so simple, but no. One little mistake like that where you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just kind of box it off because it seems like it's natural. No, it wouldn't do that. That's not what the trap would do. So I really dug on that. The excuse that Zub gives, because, you roll the dice and it's like, oh, you failed. Okay, move on. You take damage. No, there should be an explanation for it. That's one of the reasons why the Dungeon Master is an excellent storyteller. It's one of the differences between a good writer and a good storyteller. I can storytell my ass off. I have a hard time getting pen to paper to actually write, is what it is. Maybe my headband is too tight. I don't know. Being silly. The way that the book ends, all of it, it's cool because it gives you a resolution to the book. Now, I did say that I had a problem with the book, and I'm going to throw that out there. And I'm sure that there's a good reason for it if I would have read the previous issue. I don't know. It is what it is. But again, John Byrne rule. You have to expect that every single comic book that you create might be someone's first comic book. At the very least, the first comic book that they jump onto as far as the story is concerned. and I didn't get it from the Numidian Chronicles. I didn't get it from over here, and I didn't get it from inside the book, how they're lost in a labyrinth, and all of a sudden they come out, and here's this gladiatorial arena where everybody's already ready to fight, and it's like, I actually had to go back a page and then another page just to make sure I wasn't missing anything. I reread everything like I'm definitely missing something, right? No, I wasn't. At least not something that was explained in the book. It is what it is, man. You try and find perfection in the world, you're going to keep on searching for a long time. I like this book. I liked it a lot. A little bit of a problem here? Yes, there was a little bit of a problem here. If it was explained in the previous book, not going to work for somebody who didn't read the previous issue. I don't know what else to say about it. But all in all, like I said, it's still a fun read. You just kind of have to, if this is the first book you're jumping on, which you can jump on here, and you will want to read more of Zub and Antonio doing Conan. I'm telling you right now, it's a good Conan book. It's better than Conan being in Las Vegas right now. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not here to disrespect anybody. I'm just saying it's a good story that I just read in here. But again, jumping on, you got to just simply let that one go. That big long labyrinth, they're stuck. There's multiple ways that they can go, and they just happen to pick the one that goes to a prearranged gladiatorial route, like they were waiting for them. What? Anyway, still a good book, enjoyable. It really felt like I was in the middle of a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I went to turn the page, and I almost instinctively grabbed my 20-sider just in case. Just in case. I'm pretty sure Conan's sword is 3d6 damage, at the very least 1d12. But it is what it is, and that's for you to figure out. I'll talk to you guys later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.